All right, what's going on, everybody? Let's try this again. Let me send out a couple of invites here. Welcome to another edition of My Political Truth. My name is Gerry Tomchinsky, and I'm going to have the same request for you guys that I've been having the last few videos. Do me a favor and share this. That's the only way these videos get out because of the suppression and the censorship. Facebook does not like what I have to say, and I guarantee you they're not going to like what I have to say today. Let me get a few invites out. Usually I'm able to tag people, but Facebook is not allowing me to tag people, so it's okay. This will get to whoever needs to see it. I promise you that. So we're going to jump right into this right away. Let's talk about Texas, like right away. Texas has done something that is an enormous benefit for us, the 73 million plus. And I personally happen to think that number is a lot higher. I think there's a lot that we're still going to find out about this election. But if you guys don't know, if somebody doesn't know by now what's going on, Texas has filed lawsuit against Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania for basically breach of election laws. And, you know, to dumb it down and to put it into layman's terms, it's basically what Texas is saying. And now on top of Texas, we got a bunch of other states: Alabama, Louisiana, Missouri, a few others, Florida, Arkansas, are all jumping on to these lawsuits, and it's going to be fantastic. And in layman's terms, like I was saying, what this lawsuit means and what Texas is suing these four states for is basically saying, well, if we gotta follow the constitutional protocol for our election, the fact that you guys didn't affects our election in a negative way. And that's basically what this lawsuit is saying. If we got to follow election protocol, how come these other states don't? How come these other people don't? And I think it's a brilliant lawsuit. It is phenomenal. I think it's great. Lucy says, I've turned off everything in regards to this election and stopped following the news and everyone. What's the update? Lucy, I don't blame you at all. Like I was just saying, Texas has filed lawsuit against the four swing states because there is a constitutional question. And the fact that Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania all violated the Constitution in their last minute changes to election law. Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Mama Hamby. Chris, what's going on? Welcome, everybody. Press share. Share this video. Please, please, please share this video. We are trying to get the word out. So other states are now joining this because, you know, people are sitting back and like, you know what? Texas got a point. Texas has a huge point. And it's the point that the rest of the country, the people that voted for President Trump, us, the patriots, have been saying since the election. Why don't these states have to follow election protocol as according to the Constitution? Why? And now that question is going to be asked in the Supreme Court. Kudos. Bravo to Texas. All my people in Texas, I applaud you. I applaud you for that. That is one of the ballsiest things any state can do. I applaud Texas. I applaud the Texas Attorney General. I applaud the Texas governor. It was I guarantee you, it was not an easy decision for them to make. There's a lot that goes into a lawsuit like this, and I think they are doing a huge service for the rest of the country and for the rest of the patriots. Next thing I want to jump into real quick. I'll give you a little background on this next person. I've done lives with him. He makes sure he tags me in all of his videos so he could get, you know, on with my audience. And I do the same. I tag him so his audience can see me. But that's all about to end, ladies and gentlemen. Article dropped yesterday, or the day before, I believe it was Monday, late Monday night, on canadadocs.org. If you guys don't know the article, I posted it late last night and tagged this person directly with it. The gentleman's name is Pietro. He is the proprietor of MPtv. He's a former New Yorker out of Western Canada right now. And on CanadaDocs.org, they covered a story about one of his lives. And I guess in his part of Canada, Vancouver, I guess, he's known as an activist. Okay. Up until the other day, him and I were on the same page. Pro-Trump, pro-patriotism, pro-this, pro-that. And then I read this article. On one of his videos, he came out and claimed and said that the Holocaust did not exist. The Holocaust was not real. The gas chambers didn't exist. That the Jews are making it up. He said that what they did to Hitler, and I quote, what they did to Hitler is what the world is what America is trying to do to Trump now. Listen, Marco, I thought you and I were on the same level. I come to see that you are not on my social level, and you are most certainly not on my mental level. If you could say some shit like that, and I forgive my language, but that's just what I'm going to say right now. For you to say some uneducated, ignorant, moronic, half-wit, idiotic, brainless thing like that, to say that I'm disappointed in you is a complete understatement. I think I have to thank Logic, my wife, for calming me down, because when I read this last night, I was boiling. I was more mad at myself that I gave this person a platform, that I gave this person the time to go on his lives and stay there for half an hour, 45 minutes, discussing this, discussing that. It wasn't a secret to him that I have Jewish descent, that my family's Jewish. My grandfather fought in World War II against Germany. And he wants to come out and be a Holocaust denier? Really, Marco? And I gave you a chance. I tagged you in that post and I said, what the F is this? And then on CanadaDocs.org, on their Facebook page, when they posted this, I tagged you in the article and asked, did you say this? I gave you time to respond to me. But you crawled back under your Vancouver rock, you coward. You coward piece of shit, to say something like that. And then to go hide when people are looking for comments and an explanation. I want everybody here, when we're done, look up Marco Pietro on Facebook and let him know how you feel about the bullshit that he said about the Holocaust didn't exist, the gas chambers never happened. I guess all the survivors with the tattoos on their arms and the stories and the devastating number of family members that were lost. Forget about the 6 million Jews. What about the 11 million total people? Catholics, Jewish people, colored people. Nobody was accepted in Germany. It wasn't just Jews. It was your people too, Marco. You think they wouldn't have thrown you in the gas chamber? You're an Italian Catholic. They would have fried you first. To come out and say some ignorant, uneducated garbage like that. And what, are you looking for your 15 minutes of fame to say something controversial? Well, you got it. You got it with me. But I guarantee you, you didn't want it with me. This is an open invitation. Anytime you lift your skirt and you find your balls, you're welcome to come on with me and discuss this. Anytime. Open invitation. I will make time to discuss this with you. And not on your platform, on mine. Because I want an explanation. The people that support me, fellow Jews, other Catholics, people that believe the atrocities that happened during the Holocaust, we deserve an explanation. Philip, what's going on? I'm in the middle of my rant. Thanks for joining. We deserve an explanation. But if you don't come out and respond to me and respond to these questions, I got to put you in the same column as I put BLM, Antifa, and the rest of the haters and the rest of the ignorant savages. And believe me, once you go on that column with me, homeboy, it's going to take a long time for you to come out of that. So I'm giving you 24 hours to respond to me and come to me. And if this was a complete misquote because they don't like you, let me know. Because if this was me and some, tabloid was soiling my reputation about something, claiming I said something I never said, you better believe I'd be defending myself. I'd be out on the front lines with a megaphone. But yeah, I haven't heard anything. Your side of the aisle has been as quiet as a mouse pissing on cotton. Where are you, Marco? Where in the world is Marco Pietro? Come on out, coward. I want you to understand that you right now are in the same realm as the next person I'm about to talk about. Representative Cynthia Johnson out of Michigan. I'm going to post the video that the threats that she made. She made a threat against all of us Trump supporters, stating that we need to tread lightly, basically threatening us and saying to, I guess, her supporters, the Antifa cowards and the other ones, that she called them soldiers. They're soldiers. Did you guys see the video from Olympia, Washington the other day when the Antifa soldiers stepped to Trump supporters? I mean, that lasted about 35 seconds before they went running for the hills. These people are cowards. They go for the weak. They go to outnumber. If the numbers are even, believe me when I tell you, they're running the other way. All of these people are cowards. Representative Cynthia Johnson, she is too. After I'm done here, I'm going to post the phone number to her office. And we're going to let her know what we think about her threat. How are these people not being held accountable as domestic terrorists? I want to know. This isn't the first threat that we've gotten. AOC threatens us on a weekly basis. What are you going to do? They're threatening us like this is a communist state. Free speech is still a thing. Whether big tech wants to allow it or not, it's still a thing. I could still come on here and say whatever I want. Whether Facebook blasts it or suppresses it, it's none of my business. I can't control that. All I can control is the people that watch me, the people that support me, and the people that are willing to share my stuff. That's it. I can't deal with this other cowardice. I can't deal with these people. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, Philip goes, they are just all talk. 100% they're all talk. They talk a big game. But when it comes to backing up the words, what do? They attack a couple that's 75, 80 years old, sitting at a sidewalk cafe in New York City? No. Come up to me. Come up to somebody like me. Somebody that can stand up for themselves. That's not fragile. But they won't. None of them will do that. They're garbage people. They're garbage human beings. Antifa, BLM. And if you support Antifa and BLM, you're just as a big piece of garbage as they are. Final thing I want to talk about. Did you guys see Joe Biden's big reveal yesterday about how his administration is going to handle the coronavirus? These are the three big things he's doing. Mask mandate for the first 100 days in office, which he actually said that he wouldn't do because it's unconstitutional. You remember this? I'm going to remind you. I talked about this in a live prior to the election. He was asked Are you going to mandate masks? He goes, well, I'm not going to mandate them because it's an unconstitutional thing to do, and I will leave it up to the localities, meaning the states and the cities. So now he's going back on that, and somebody called him on that yesterday, and he said, well, I meant for federal buildings, so for airports, anything the federal owns, courthouses, airports, things of that nature. Don't believe the hype. They're going to try to mandate it on all of us. Forget him. So it's going to be the mask mandate, or ship 100 million vaccines immediately, and reopen schools. Forget, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a little messed up, maybe. Isn't that what Operation Warp Speed and what the Trump administration has been doing? And these degenerates are sitting there watching like, oh, yeah, great idea, Joe. Yeah. Democrat. You're idiots. The Trump administration have been doing that since the beginning. We have a comment. Philip says he ain't going to have a chance to do any of that. President Trump is getting reelected and drain the swamp. Listen, I got to say, Philip, my level of enthusiasm for all of this has kind of resurrected over the last couple of days because of all of this going on. I got breaking news. Hold on one second. Republican leaders block congressional, Republican leaders block congressional recognition of Joe Biden's inauguration. I love it. The inauguration committee yesterday said that they will not recognize Biden as president-elect until all of these cases are done, until the states certify. I love this. The walls are going to start closing in around him because this was all cheating. Listen to these stats real quick, and you could all check this. So, with the lead that President Trump had on election night, and this is what I'm going to end on, with the lead that President Trump had on election night, the chances of Joe Biden overturning that lead in one state is 1 in 10 quadrillion. 1 in 10 quadrillion. The chances of doing that in 4 states is to the 4th power. Do you know how impossible it is to do what they claim Joe Biden did? It was 4 counties that gave him the win. Detroit, Philly, Milwaukee, all liberal shitholes. Every year in Philadelphia, 20 to 30 people go to jail for election fraud. Every year. This has been a tradition in Philly for the last 50 to 60 years. I'm not lying. You guys can look this up. You can look this up. On average, 20 to 30 people get arrested every election cycle in Philly. They are known for cheating. And what happened in Georgia? What were they doing? What were they pulling out from under the desks? Their clothes? They were leaving? They were moving? No. It was 30,000 ballots that they ran 3 times each. 3 times each. Yeah, I agree with you, Phil. I wouldn't be surprised if President Trump won California. From what I'm hearing, he did flip California. But unless these forensic investigations of the Dominion machines come out proving something, it's not going to mean anything. We need solid results from these audits in order to blow this wide open. Michelle says, I'm ashamed to live in Arizona. What's going on with Doug Ducey, man, and the Secretary of State out there? Is Doug Ducey now to be considered a rhino? I hope not. I thought he was all right, when we were out there. Brian Kemp, he's kind of backed against the wall because that video came out and he can't live in denial anymore. He just can't. All right. So he's a piece of shit, Michelle says. Yeah. We're here to call a spade a spade. All right, so let's keep an eye on this lawsuit that Texas brought. And, hey, yo, Marco, come at me. Let's talk about it. We got another comment before I go. Lucy says, how am I supposed to explain to my 9-year-old that this election was stolen? He keep asking me, like, who won? What kind of faith does my child have to believe in our government? 100%. That's why this is imperative that we flip this right now. Texas will save America, Philip. Amen. Amen. God bless Texas. Big applause for Texas. Huge applause for Texas. All right, guys, I'm going to end on that note. I'll be back very soon with updates. And if I hear back from Marco, I'll be back with that too. But I do want to hear from him. And I do want him to come on with me if he got the sack too. And we're going to talk about it. All right, everybody, enjoy your day. Still Trump 2020. See you next time.